Hello, good day everyone. Today I will be discussing about the social context of the present social studies curriculum. To begin with, let me first discuss the intended learning outcomes of this topic. After the completion of this topic, students will be able to first discuss the social context of the social studies, second, illustrates the evolution of social studies, third, evaluate the role of social studies in the 21st century educational landscape. First, let me discuss about the global and national development trends and directions in the 21st century. The 21st century is characterized by rapid and complex transformation that influence how societies function and how education must respond. These global and national trends shape the objectives and approaches of social studies as the disciplines seek to equip learners with the knowledge, skills, and values to actively engage in a changing world. Ibig sabihin nito, class, sa 21st century, mabilis at komplikado ang mga pagbabago sa mundo, lalong-lalo na sa teknolohiya, sa ekonomiya at sa ating lipunan. Halimbawa, dati pag gusto mong makipag-communicate sa ibang bansa, sobrang tagal pa bago makarating ng iyong sulat. Ngayon, isang click lang sa messenger or email, instant na. Ngayon, ang tanong, paano dapat mag-adjust ang edukasyon, lalong-lalo na sa social studies? Dapat turuan kayo bilang estudyante hindi lang ng facts, kundi pati skills like critical thinking, problem solving, at pagiging socially responsible. Kasi kung mabilis ang pagbabago sa paligid, dapat equipped din kayo para makasabay at makilahok dito. Sa madaling salita, ang social studies ay hindi lang tungkol sa history or geography, kundi tungkol din sa pag-develop sa inyo bilang active citizens na marunong makisama, magdesisyon at mag-adjust sa mabilis na pagbabago ng mundo. First, globalization and interconnected economies. Globalization has created an interconnected world where the actions of one country affects others through trade, migration, communication, and cultural exchange. This interconnectedness requires individuals to develop a global outlook while maintaining their national identity. Social studies, therefore, emphasizes global citizenship, cultural literacy, and an appreciation of diversity. Ibig sabihin, class, ang globalization, parang naging maliit na lang ang mundo. Connected na lahat ng bansa sa isa't isa. Halimbawa, kung tumaas ang presyo ng oil or gasolina sa Middle East, damay agad ang presyo ng gasolina dito sa Pilipinas. Isa pa, kung may mga bagong trend like K-pop sa Korea, mabilis din ako makalat worldwide dahil sa social media. Dahil interconnected ng economies at culture, kailangan marunong tayong mag-isip globally. Pero hindi pa rin natin kakalimutan dapat na Pilipino tayo na may sarili din tayong culture. Kaya sa social studies, tinuturo yung global citizenship na tinatawag natin. Ibig sabihin, responsable ka hindi lang sa bansa mo, kundi pati sa buong mundo. Kasama rin dito ang cultural literacy at appreciation of diversity. Kasi iba-iba ang kultura ng bawat bansa. At dapat natututo tayong rumespeto at mag-appreciate nito. Kung baga, globalization teaches us na kahit iba-iba tayo ng kultura, konektado pa rin tayo at may epekto ang bawat aksyon ng isang bansa sa iba. Next is the rapid technological advancement. Innovations such as artificial intelligence, or widely known as AI, information and communication technology, and the rise of digital citizenship have reshaped communication, work, and education. Learners are expected to not only use technology but also evaluate information critically, avoid misinformation, and participate responsibly in the digital space. Social studies foster media and information literacy and encouraging students to analyze issues using reliable sources and ethical perspective. Class dito naman ay tungkol ito sa mabilis na pagbabago ng technology. Ngayon, halos lahat nakadepende na sa AI, sa ICT at internet. Halimbawa, dati, kung kailangan mong mag-research, kailangan mo pumunta pa sa library at maghanap ng mga libro. Ngayon, isang Google search lang, andyan na agad yung hinahanap mong data or sagot. Pero ang challenge dito, Hindi lahat ng nakikita natin online ay masasabi po nating tama. Kaya bilang learners, hindi sapat na marunong lang gumamit ng technology, dapat kailangan marunong ka din mag-evaluate ng information. Alin ba ang reliable na information at alin ang fake news? Halimbawa, kapag may viral post sa Facebook tungkol sa issue sa gobyerno, hindi agad dapat panawalaan. Dapat tingnan muna kung may credible sources ba ito. Dito din pumapasok ang role ng social media, ng social studies dito rin pumapasok ang role ng social studies. Tinuturo nito ang media at information literacy. Ibig sabihin, dapat critical kayo sa paggamit ng digital platforms, marunong mag-analyze ng issues, at laging may ethical perspective. Laging iisipin kung tama ba yung ginagawa sa social media. Hindi lang basta share ng share. Kung iisipin ninyo, digital citizenship na ang isa sa pinaka-importanteng aspeto ngayon. Responsable tayo sa mga ginagawa natin online dahil may epekto rin ito sa totoong buhay. Next is the climate change, sustainability, and environmental concerns. Climate change is among the most pressing global issues with direct implication for health, agriculture, disaster resilience, and livelihoods. Social studies integrates environmental education, highlighting the importance of sustainable development and responsible citizenship. Students are encouraged to examine how societies impact the environment and explore solutions that balance growth and ecological preservation. Ito naman ay tungkol sa climate change, isa sa pinakaseryosong problema sa mundo ngayon. Nakikita natin ang epekto nito sa araw-araw. Mas mainit ang panahon, mas malalakas ang bagyo, at naaapektuhan pati kalusugan at kabuhayan ng mga tao. Like for example, kapag sobrang init, tumataas ang cases ng heat stroke. Kapag sobrang ulan naman, bumabagsak ang mga pananim at kabuhayan ng mga magsasaka. Kaya sa social studies, kasama na ang environmental education, hindi lang tayo basta natututo ng history at culture, kundi tinuturoan din tayo maging responsible citizens na nag-aalaga sa kalikasan. Halimbawa, sustainable development. Ibig sabihin, paano tayo uunlad ng hindi sinisira ang kalikasan. Dapat din iniisip natin ano ang epekto ng mga ginagawa ng lipunan sa environment. For example, deforestation. Oo, nakakapag-provide ng trabaho at resources, pero kapag sobra, bumabalik din sa atin ang epekto, gaya ng baha, ng landslide. Kaya kailangan balansehin din natin growth at ecological preservation. Kayo bilang estudyante, pwede kayong mag-start sa simpleng aksyon like proper waste segregation, pagtipid sa kuryente at tubig, at pagsali sa tree planting program. Small actions pero malaking epekto kung sama-sama tayo. Next is shifts in governance and international relations. The 21st century has witnessed dynamic changes in global governance, international cooperation, and political conflicts. The rise of multilateral institutions, regional alliances, and people movements show how societies collaborate or clash in addressing common issues. Social studies aim to provide learners with an understanding of democratic governance, peace education, and conflict resolution, preparing them to engage as informed citizens both locally and globally. Sa 21st century class, mabilis na din ang pagbabago pagdating sa governance at international relations. Nakikita natin na may mga bansa na nagkakaisa para sa solusyonan ang global issues. Like for example, issues of climate change. Nagkakaroon ng mga international agreements tulad ng Paris Agreement. Pero meron din mga bansa na nag-away-away dahil sa territorial disputes, gaya na lamang po ng issue sa West Philippine Sea. Dito na pumapasok ang role ng multilateral institutions like United Nations, regional alliances like ASEAN and European Union, at people movements like human rights advocacy groups. Pinapakita nito kung paano nagko-cooperate o nagka-clash ang mga societies. Ngayon, ano ang role ng social studies dito? Tinuturo nito sa inyo ang halaga ng democratic governance. Ibig sabihin, pamahalaan na nakikinig at naglilingkod sa tao. Kasama rin ang peace education at conflict resolution. Kasi hindi lahat ng problema dapat nauuwi sa gulo. Dapat matutong maghanap ng mapayapang solusyon. Sa madaling salita, inihahanda kayo ng social studies na maging informed citizens, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, kundi pati sa global stage. Marunong kayong makisali sa usapan tungkol sa governance at peace kasi lahat tayo ay may role at sa pagpapabuti ng ating lipunan. Next is the national development issues. In the Philippines context, several development concerns shape the direction of education and social studies. First is the poverty alleviation and inclusive growth, addressing inequalities in income, resources, and opportunities. Pag sinabi po nating poverty alleviation and inclusive growth, sa bansa kasi natin, hindi pantay ang income at opportunities. Halimbawa, may mga lugar na maraming trabaho at resources, pero may ibang lugar na hirap pa rin sa basic needs. Kaya isa sa goals ay mabawasan ang kahirapan at siguraduhin na lahat ay may chances umangat. Pangalawa is education reforms, strengthening K-12 and higher education to produce globally competitive graduates. Alam naman po natin na kaya tayo may K-12 program ay para ihanda ang mga estudyante na maging globally competitive. Ibig sabihin, kaya nilang makipagsabayan sa graduates mula sa ibang bansa. Pangatlo, peace and security. Pag sinabi pong peace and security, it's promoting understanding across diverse groups and reducing conflict in marginalized area. Sa Pilipinas, may mga lugar na nakakaranas pa rin ng conflict, lalo na sa mga marginalized areas na sinasabi po natin. Ang social studies ay nagtuturo ng understanding at respect sa diversity o pagkakaiba-iba ng bawat isa para mabawasan ang gulo at mas mapalakas ang pagkakaisa. And lastly, the nation building, cultivating civic consciousness and commitment to democratic ideals. Dito pumapasok ang pagiging civic-minded natin, yung marunong makialam sa issues ng bayan, like ngayon yung issues natin sa flood control, and bumuto ng tama, at nagpo-promote ng democratic ideals. Sa madaling salita, hindi lang tayo nag-aaral para sa sarili, kundi para makatulong sa pag-unlad ng buong bansa. Kung pagsasama-samahin natin lahat ito, makikita po natin na social studies ay nakatali mismo sa national development na tinatawag po. Kaya mahalaga na matuto kayo hindi lang ng facts, kundi ng values, responsibilities bilang mamayang Pilipino. Next, let us discuss the demands and expectations of the 21st century. The 21st century brings unprecedented challenges and opportunities that redefine what it means to be educated. Learners are no longer just expected to memorize information, but to apply knowledge in solving real-world problems. In this context, social studies plays a crucial role in cultivating competencies, values, and dispositions that prepare students to function effectively in a rapid changing society. Ibig sabihin nito, class, sa 21st century, hindi na sapat na marunong ka lang mag-memorize ng dates, names, at facts. Ang mas importante ngayon ay application. Paano mo gagamitin ang knowledge para masolusyonan ang real-world problems? Halimbawa, kung pinag-uusapan natin ang climate change, hindi lang ito tungkol sa pag-alam na umiinit ang mundo. Ang tanong, ano ang gagawin mo para makatulong maiwasan ang climate change? Ganoon din pagdating sa poverty. Hindi dapat alam mo na maraming mahirap sa Pilipinas, kundi dapat bilang isang estudyante, naiisip mo rin kung anong solusyon o programa ang makakatulong para mabawasan ito. Kaya mahalaga ang social studies kasi dito na-develop ang competencies tulad ng critical thinking, communication skills, at pagiging social responsible natin. Kasama rin ang values tulad ng empathy, respect sa diversity o pagkakaiba-iba ng bawat isa, pati dispositions gaya ng pagiging active citizen. In short, ang expectation ngayon ay kayo bilang mga estudyante ay maging handa kayo sa mabilis na pagbabago ng society at dito makikita ang malaking role ng social studies sa paghubog sa inyo bilang mga future problem solvers and nation builders. Ano yung first demand and expectation of the 21st century? First is the development of 21st century skills. Learners today must be equipped with essential competencies that go beyond basic literacy and numeracy. These include first, the critical thinking. The ability to analyze information, question assumption, and make informed judgment. Pag sinabi po natin critical thinking, hindi lang ito basta pagtanggap ng information, kundi pagtatanong, totoo ba ito? Reliable ba ang source? Halimbawa, kapag may nabasa kang news online, dapat marunong kang i-analyze kung fake news ba to o hindi. Second is creativity. The capacity to generate innovative solutions and think outside traditional frameworks. Pag sinabi naman natin creativity, hindi lang ito sa art or music. Creativity din ang paggawa ng bagong solusyon sa problema. Halimbawa, kung may project kayo tungkol sa waste management, paano mo ito gagawing mas innovative o practical? Next, collaboration. The skill of working effectively in teams, both in physical and digital spaces. Pag sinabi naman natin collaboration, sa 21st century, hindi ka pwedeng solo player lang. Dapat marunong kang makipagtrabaho with others, face-to-face man yan or online. Group works and projects help you practice this. Next is the communication. The ability to express ideas clearly and persuasively in diverse contexts. Pag sinabi naman natin communication, importante na malinaw at convincing ka magsalita o magsulat. Halimbawa, kung may debate sa social studies, kailangan kaya mong i-express yung ideas mo ng klaro at may sense. Hindi yung kung ano lang yung naisip mo, yun lang yung sasabihin mo. Dapat may provided na facts ka din sa mga sinasabi mo regarding sa debate. Next is digital literacy. The knowledge to navigate, evaluate, and use digital tools responsibly. Pagdating naman sa digital literacy, dahil halos lahat digital na, dapat marunong ka gumamit ng technology ng responsibly, hindi yung post ka lang ng post without thinking ano yung magiging resulta nito. Dapat marunong kang i-filter kung alin ang tama at ethical na gawin. That's why masasabi natin na social studies classroom become laboratories for these skills by engaging students in debates, problem-solving activities, community projects, and technology-integrated tasks. Next is the promotion of cultural awareness and global citizenship. In a globalized world, understanding diverse cultures and perspectives is essential. Social studies highlights the interconnection of nations, the value of intercultural dialogue, and the importance of respecting differences. By doing so, it prepares learners to become global citizens who can contribute to peace, sustainability, and social justice while maintaining a strong sense of national identity. Sa panahon natin na ngayon na more on globalization, hindi na lang tayo nakikipag-ugnayan sa kapwa Pilipino, kundi pati sa iba't ibang lahi at kultura. Kaya mahalaga na meron tayong cultural awareness, yung marunong kang umunawa at rumespeto ng iba't ibang perspective. Halimbawa, kung may foreign student na kaklase ninyo, posibleng iba ang kanyang traditions o paniniwala. Hindi ibig sabihin na mali siya, kundi iba lang ang kultura niya. Dito pumapasok ang intercultural dialogue na tinatawag po natin. Pag-uusap at pag-uunawa sa kabila ng pagkakaiba-iba. Ngayon, ano naman ang ibig sabihin ng global citizenship? Ito yung pagiging responsable hindi lang bilang Pilipino, kundi bilang parte ng buong mundo. Global citizens care about peace, sustainability, at social justice. Halimbawa, kahit wala ka sa Africa, dapat concerned ka rin kung may global issue sila tulad ng climate change o human rights violation kasi lahat ng tao apektado. Pero importante rin na habang nagiging open ka sa global perspective, hindi mo rin makakalimutan ang Filipino identity mo. Dapat balanse palagi. Proud ka sa pagiging Pilipino, pero marunong kang makisalamuha at makiisa sa ibang lahi. Sa madaling salita, tinutulungan ka ng social studies na maging citizen na marunong makisama locally at globally para mas makapag-ambag sa mas mapayapa at sustainable na mundo. Next is lifelong learning and adaptability to change. The pace of change in technology, labor markets, and social structures requires individuals to continuously update their skills and knowledge. Lifelong learning emphasizes adaptability, resilience, and the willingness to learn from the new experiences. Social studies encourages this by fostering inquiry-based learning, reflective thinking, and real-world application of concepts, helping learners remain relevant and competitive in an uncertain future. Ibig sabihin po nito class, dahil sobrang bilis na ng pagbabago ng technology, trabaho at lipunan, hindi pwedeng matapos lang sa school ang learning natin. Kailangan lifelong learner tayo, patuloy na natututo kahit graduate na. For example, kung dati ang trabaho ay manual lang, ngayon karamihan automated na. Kung hindi ka willing mag-adjust at matuto ng bagong skills, maiiwanan ka talaga. Kaya mahalaga ang adaptability at resilience, yung kakayahan mag-adjust at bumangon kahit may pagbabago o challenge na nangyayari. Dito pumapasok ang role ng social studies. Tinutulungan kayo na maging inquiry-based learners, yung marunong magtanong at maghanap ng sagot. Reflective thinkers, yung marunong mag-isip at mag-evaluate ng experiences at kaya i-apply ang concept sa real-world situation. In short, tinuturo sa inyo ng social studies na hindi lang tumatanggap ng knowledge, kundi matutong matuto ng paulit-ulit sa buong buhay nyo. Para kahit uncertain ang future, handa pa rin kayo at competitive. So, why is it important? Next is civic engagement and social responsibility. A core expectation of the 21st century is that citizens actively participate in shaping their communities and societies. Civic engagement involves not only political participation, but also involvement in social causes, environmental advocacy, and community development. Social studies strengthen this by instilling democratic values, ethical reasoning, and a commitment to the common good, thereby nurturing socially responsible individuals who are aware of both their rights and obligations. Isa sa pinaka-importanting expectations ngayon ay ang pagiging active citizen natin. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa pagboto tuwing eleksyon, kundi pati sa pakikilahok sa iba't ibang issue sa komunidad, sa lipunan. Lalong-lalo na ngayon, last week is may nangyaring rally against sa flood control ng issues ng government. Halimbawa, ng civic engagement is pagsasali sa clean-up drive, tulad nga po ng sinabi ko, pagsasali sa rally, sa kapakanan ng nakakarami, pagtulong sa relief operations, o pag-join sa campaign para sa environmental protection. Ibig sabihin, concern ka hindi lang sa sarili mong buhay, kundi sa kapakanan ng mas nakakarami. Dito pumapasok ang social studies kasi tinuturo dito ang democratic values, respeto sa boses ng bawat isa, critical reasoning, pagdidesisyon ng may tama at mali, at commitment to the common good. Kung marunong ka makialam sa issue ng lipunan, aware ka hindi lang sa rights mo bilang mamamayan, kundi pati sa obligations mo like pagbabayad ng buwis, pagsunod sa batas, at pagtulong sa community development. So bakit ba ito importanteng pag-aralan? Why must social studies go beyond rote memorization and emphasize skills and values? Traditional memorization focuses only on recalling facts, which quickly become outdated. Second, the challenges of the 21st century such as misinformation, climate change, inequality, and global conflict require learners to apply knowledge critically, work collaboratively, and act ethically. Then lastly, social studies must therefore empower learners not only to understand society but also to transform it positively through informed decisions and responsible actions. Next, the challenges of present curriculum in social studies. Ano ba yung challenges na na-face ng curriculum natin ngayon sa social studies? While social studies continue to play an important role in shaping learners into informed and responsible citizens, the present curriculum also faces several challenges. It hinders its effectiveness. These challenges call for continuous reflection and reform to ensure that the discipline remains relevant to learners' lives and broader needs of the society. Ibig sabihin nito, class, Mahalaga pa rin ang social studies kahit dito hinuhubog, dahil dito hinuhubog ang mga learners para maging informed at responsible citizens. Pero ameridado din tayo na may mga challenges sa kasulukuyang curriculum na minsan nagpapahina ng effectiveness nito. Halimbawa, may mga topics na masyadong heavy sa memorization at kulang sa real-life application. Minsan din outdated ang mga ilang content, kaya hindi na masyadong nakaka-relate ang mga students or mga present issues sa society. Dagdag pa, minsan kulang ang oras at resources para mas maging engaging ang pagtuturo. Kakailangan ng continuous reflections and reform, ibig sabihin, lagi nating nire-review at ina-adjust ang curriculum para mas maging relevant sa buhay ng learners at sa pangangailangan ng ating lipunan. So ano-ano yung mga challenges na ito? First is that the overloaded curriculum with too much factual information. One of the most common issues is the heavy emphasis on factual information like names, dates, and events, often leaving little room for analysis, reflection, or application. This overload tends to encourage rote memorization rather than higher order thinking skills such as evaluation, synthesis, and problem solving. Consequently, students may know historical facts but struggle to connect them with current issues or use them to make informed decisions. Isa daw sa pinakamalaking problema ng social studies curriculums ay sobrang dami ng factual content. Parang halos punong-puno ng names, dates, and events. Ang nangyayari, natutulungan kayo mag-memorize, pero kulang na kayo sa analysis at application. Halimbawa, alam nyo ang date ng EDSA People Power Revolution, pero ang tanong, naiintindihan nyo ba kung paano nakaka-connect ang values at democracy noon sa issues ng society ngayon? Kapag sobrang dami ng facts na kailangang i-memorize, ang tendency ay nagiging rote memorization na lang. Ang kulang ay yung higher order thinking skills na tinatawag natin, tulad ng pag-evaluate ng situations, pag-synthesize ng ideas, at pag-solve ng problems. Kaya minsan, alam ng estudyante ang history, pero nahihirapan siya i-apply sa current issues o gamitin sa paggawa ng informed decisions. Next is the limited integration of local and indigenous knowledge. While global and national perspective are highlighted, the curriculum often underrepresents local histories, indigenous knowledge systems, and community-based practices. This lack of contextualization may lead to a disconnect between learners and their immediate environment, limiting opportunities for them to appreciate their own heritage and cultural identity, including local narratives that can strengthen cultural pride and community engagement. Pansin niyo ba, class, na kapag nag-aaral tayo ng social studies, mas nabibigyang pansin yung global at national perspective, mga malalaking events, sikat na tao, at national issues. Ang kulang kadalasan ay yung local histories at indigenous knowledge na galing mismo sa komunidad natin. Kapag hindi na isama ang local narratives at community-based practices, nagkakaroon ng disconnect ang mga learners. Parang ang layo ng pinag-aaralan nila sa environment at kultura nila. Ang epekto, mas may hirap i-appreciate ang sariling heritage at cultural identity. Halimbawa, for example, kung taga Bicol ka, hindi lang dapat puro Philippine Revolution o World War II ang alam mo, kundi pati yung kasaysayan ng lugar nyo, yung mga bayani ng lugar nyo, kwento, tradition, at indigenous practices doon. Kung maisama ito sa curriculum, hindi lang tataas ang cultural pride ninyo, kundi mas magiging engaged kayo sa inyong community kasi makikita nyo kung paano naging parte ng kasalukuyan ang lokal at indigenous knowledge nyo. Next, gaps in addressing contemporary social issues. Many pressing 21st century issues such as the spread of misinformation, rising social inequalities, human rights concerns, and environmental crises are insufficiently addressed in the current curriculum. When these topics are included, they are sometimes treated superficially, leaving students underprepared to navigate real-world challenges. Social studies must prepare and integrate must integrate critical media literacy, environmental education, and social justice themes to help learners engage responsibly with this. Mapapansin natin na maraming real-world issues ngayon ang hindi gaanong nabibigyan ng sapat na atensyon sa kasalukuyang social studies curriculum. Oo, masasabi nating nababanggit minsan, pero kadalasan superficial lang ang treatment. Yung hindi malalim, hindi din masyadong practical. Isipin nyo, misinformation at fake news. Sobrang dami sa social media, hindi po ba? Pero hindi lahat ng learners natuturuan kung paano mag-fact check o mag-critic ng sources. Social inequalities, makikita natin ito sa lipunan pero hindi laging napag-uusapan kung paano ito naapektuhan ng politika at ng ekonomiya. Pagdating naman sa human rights concerns at environmental issues or crisis, sobrang relevant pero minsan lang minsan isang lesson lang tapos na, wala na. Kung ganito lagi, paano magiging handang-handa ang mga kabataan sa mga tunay na hamon ng 21st century? Dapat maging mas integrated ang social studies sa mga areas tulad ng critical media literacy para matuto ang mga kabataan kung paano kilalanin ang totoo at peking informasyon, environmental education para mas maintindihan ang epekto ng climate change at kung paano makakatulong ang komunidad, social justice themes para matutunan ng respeto sa karapatan ng bawat isa at kung paano magiging makatarungan ang lipunan. Next is the lack of updated teaching resources and training for teachers. Teachers often face the difficulty of using outdated textbooks, limited digital materials, and insufficient access to technology. In addition, not all social studies teachers receive regular training on emerging pedagogies, ICT integration, and global developments. This gap results in traditional lecture-heavy teaching approaches that may fail to stimulate curiosity or critical engagement among learners. Ongoing professional development and access to updated resources are essential in overcoming these challenges. Isa pang malaking hamon sa social studies ay ang kakulangan ng updated resources at training para sa mga guro. Marami parang teachers ang umaasa sa mga lumang textbooks at kulang sa access sa digital materials o technology tools. Kung outdated ang gamit, natural mahirapan silang i-connect ang lessons sa kasalukuyang issues at sa digital world na ginagalawan ninyo. Bukod dito, hindi lahat ng teachers ay nabibigyan ng regular na training tungkol sa emerging pedagogies, mga makabagong paraan sa pagtuturo, ICT integration, paggamit ng technology sa klase, global development, mas updated na international relations. Anong magiging epekto nito? Madalas lecture-based ang klase, nakikinig lang ang estudyante, wala masyadong engagement o critical discussion. Kaya mahalaga ang continuous professional developments ng mga teachers at mas madaling access sa updated resources. Kapag well-equipped ang guro, mas interactive at mas meaningful ang magiging klase. Next is balancing national identity with global awareness. Another challenge is the need to strike a balance between promoting national identity and responding to global interconnectedness. While fostering patriotism is vital, overemphasis may risk overlooking global citizenship skills. Conversely, prioritizing global awareness without grounding in local identity may weaken learners' sense of belonging. Social studies must therefore integrate both perspectives, cultivating citizens who are proudly Filipino yet globally competent. Class, ito naman ang isang panghamon paano ibabalance ang national identity at global awareness. Siyempre, importante na may patriotism or pagmamahal at pagmamalasakit tayo sa bayan, pero kailangan din na hindi puro nationalism lang at walang exposure sa global issues. Mahihirapan kayong learners na makasabay sa mas malawak na mundo. On the other hand naman, kung puro global awareness naman at nakakalimutan ang sariling kultura, mas nagiging mahina ang sense of identity o belonging ng isang estudyante bilang Pilipino. Kaya dapat sabay proud to be Filipino, pero ready to engage as a global citizen. Halimbawa, kapag pinag-aaralan natin ang climate change, hindi lang natin tinitingnan ang epekto sa buong mundo, kundi pati sa Pilipinas like bagyo, baha, o epekto ng kabuhayan sa mga magsasaka. So how can social studies evolve to stay relevant in addressing pressing issues of society? First, by shifting from a content-heavy approach to a skill-based and values-oriented approach. Imbes na puro content-heavy, puro facts at memorization, dapat skills-based at values-oriented. Kailangan hindi lang alam ng learners ang information, kundi kaya nilang mag-isip ng kritikal, magdesisyon ng tama at magpakita ng tamang asal. Second is that by integrating local, national, and global issues and ways that connect classroom learning to real-world experiences. Dapat i-connect ang lesson sa local, national, at global issues. Halimbawa, kapag nag-usap tayo tungkol sa inequality, hindi lang sa Pilipinas kundi pati sa ibang bansa para makita ang mas malaking perspective. Pangatlo, by providing teachers with continuous training, innovative pedagogical tools, and access to digital sources. Mahalaga ring bigyan ng mga teachers ng continuous training at updated resources kasi kung ang guro mismo kulang sa gamit at kaalaman, mahirapan siyang gawing makabuluhan ang social studies. And lastly, by ensuring that social studies not only informs learners about society but also empowers them to transform it positively. Dapat hindi lang nag-e-inform ang social studies, kundi nag-e-empower din. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang alam ng estudyante kung ano ang problema sa lipunan, kundi may kakayahan din silang mag-ambag ng solusyon sa positibong paraan. Next, let us discuss the social studies teachers, qualities, and competencies. The effectiveness of social studies as a discipline largely depends on the teacher who facilitates its teaching and learning. Beyond delivering content, social studies teachers serve as mentors, role models, and agents of social transformations. They are expected to possess a unique blend of professional expertise, personal qualities, modern teaching skills, and a strong sense of leadership and advocacy. Class, tatandaan niyo na ang tagumpay ng social studies ay hindi lang nakadepende sa libro o curriculum, kundi sa teacher mismo. Hindi sapat na marunong lang mag-deliver ng contents ang social study teachers. Dapat isa rin siyang mentor, gumagabay sa inyo sa pag-aaral at sa life skills. Isa din dapat siyang role model na pinapakita sa gawa, hindi lang sa salita, ang values ng pagiging responsable, makatao at makabansa. And he or she must also be an agent of social transformation, tumutulong magbago ng lipunan sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay kaalaman at tamang asal sa susunod na henerasyon. So what are the qualities and competencies that teacher must possess? The first is professional competencies. Social studies teacher must demonstrate mastery of their subject matter, which includes history, geography, economics, political science, and cultural studies. They should also be skilled in pedagogy, knowing how to design learning experiences that are engaging, relevant, and effective. Then he must also be competent in curriculum development is equally important as teachers need to adapt lessons to local contexts, integrate current issues, and align learning objectives with national educational standards. Professional competence ensures that teaching goes beyond information transfer and meaningful knowledge of construction. Class, sa pag sinabing professional competencies, ibig sabihin nito yung expertise at kasanayan ng isang social studies teacher. Una, dapat daw may master niya ang subject matter mula history, geography, economics, political science hanggang sa cultural studies. Kumbaga, dapat all around siya sa pagiging social sciences, pagdating sa social sciences. Pangalawa naman is hindi lang sapat na alam niya ang content niya, dapat marunong din siya sa pedagogy, yung paraan ng pagtuturo na engaging, relevant, at effective para sa students. Halimbawa, imbes na puro lecture lang, gagamit din siya ng debates, role-play, o case studies. Pangatlo naman, importante rin ang curriculum development skills. Kailangan marunong siyang mag-adapt ng lesson sa lokal na context para mag-integrate sa current issues like climate change, fake news, at issues sa government. At at i-align niya ito sa objective sa national standards, which is the K-12 or CHED curriculum. Kapag may professional competence ang isang teacher, ang teaching ay hindi lang basta paglipat ng impormasyon, kundi nagiging meaningful knowledge construction. Ibig sabihin, natututo ang estudyante na mag-connect ng lessons sa totoong buhay. Next is the personal qualities. Teaching social studies requires qualities that foster strong relationship with students. Patience allows teacher to guide learners with varying abilities, while empathy ensures that they understand and respect diverse backgrounds and perspectives. Adaptability is essential in responding to the fast-changing educational landscape, from curriculum shifts to classroom dynamics. Then, open-mindedness allows teachers to accept different opinions and to create inclusive learning environments where learners feel valued. Their personal traits help build trust and inspire students to engage deeply with the subject. Plus, aside from knowledge at skills, mahalaga din ang personal qualities ng isang social studies teacher. Ito yung ugali at asal na nagpapadali sa connection between students and the teachers. For example, the first is the patience. Kailangan kasi iba-iba ang level ng kailangan ito kasi iba-iba yung level ng kakayahan ng mga bata. May mabilis matuto, may mabagal matuto. Ang pasensyoso o pasensyosa na guro hindi agad sumusuko bagkus gumagabay sa mag-aaral. Next is empathy. Mahalaga na maunawaan at nire-respeto ang iba't ibang background at pananaw ng students. Halimbawa, may estudyanteng galing sa ibang kultura o may kakaibang experience, dapat naiintindihan ito ng guro. Next is adaptability. Sa mabilis na pagbabago ng edukasyon, tinatawag na curriculum shifts, new tech, or classroom dynamics, dapat flexible ang guro. Kaya niyang mag-adjust para maging relevant pa rin ang kanyang pagtuturo. Next is open-mindedness. Kailangan ng bukas na isipan para tanggapin ang iba't ibang opinion ng learners. Sa ganitong paraan, nagiging inclusive ang environment at mas komportable ang mga students na mag-share ng kanilang mga ideas. Ang lahat ng qualities na ito ay nakakatulong mag-build ng trust at nag-i-inspire sa estudyante na mas maging engaged sa social studies. Next, 21st century teaching skills. The modern social studies teacher must be equipped with the skills that reflect the demands of contemporary education. Effective use of technology such as digital tools, multimedia resources, and online platforms enhances students' engagement and widens access to information. Teachers must also facilitate inquiry-based learning, where students ask critical information and explore multiple perspectives, and experiential learning, where real-world issues are brought into the classroom through simulations, case studies, and community projects. These approaches develop higher order thinking skills and prepare students to address complex societal problems. Class, sa panahon ngayon kasi, kailangan ang isang social studies teacher ay may 21st century teaching skills. Hindi lang sapat ang traditional methods, dapat naka-align din sa modern education. Una nga, technology integration, gumagamit ng digital tools, multimedia at online learning platforms para mas maging engaging ang klase at mas malawak ang access ng students sa information. Pangalawa, inquiry-based learning. Dito hinihikayat ang students na magtanong ng critical questions at mag-explore ng iba't ibang perspective. Hindi lang sila basta tumatanggap ng impormasyon, kundi sila mismo ang naghahanap at nag-a-analyze ng sagot. Pangatlo, experiential learning. Sa paraang ito, dinadala sa classroom ang real-world issues gamit ang simulations, case studies, at community projects. Ang mga methods na ito ay tumutulong para ma-develop ang higher order thinking skills at para mas maging handa ang learner sa pagharap sa complex societal problems. Next is leadership and advocacy. A social study teacher is also a leader and advocate. Beyond the classroom, they influence learners by promoting civic values such as democracy, human rights, and participation in community life. They serve as role models for peace building, inclusivity, and environmental stewardship. In this way, teachers not only transfer knowledge but also inspire learners to take active roles in building a just, equitable, and sustainable society. Advocacy for social justice and responsible citizenship lies at the heart of social studies education. Bukod sa pagiging guro class, ang social study teacher ay leader at advocate din dapat. Hindi lang sila nagtuturo ng lesson, kundi nagiging inspirasyon para sa mga estudyante na maging responsable at makabuluhang mamamayan. They should also promote civic values gaya ng democracy, human rights, at active participation sa community. Then, they must be also a role model. Ipinapakita ng guro ang peace building, inclusivity at environmental stewardship. Ibig sabihin, sila mismo ay halimbawa ng pagiging makatarungan, mapayapa at may malasakit sa kalikasan. Ang tunay na goal nito is hindi lang knowledge transfer, kundi pag-inspire sa learners na kumilos para sa isang just, equitable at sustainable society. Sa madaling salita, ang social studies teachers ay advocate for social justice and responsible citizenship. Yun ang puso ng social studies education. And lastly, we must also remember that a competent social studies teacher is not only an educator, but also a nation builder by equipping learners with knowledge, skills, and values. The teachers shapes responsible citizens who contribute to societal progress and national development. The impact of societal studies teacher extends beyond the classroom. It influences the character of the communities and the direction of the nation itself.